So today it is the 13th of February, Wednesday. I'm still alive, which is a nice thing. In 5 days, Monday, I'm going to the meeting on the hospital. Hopefully I find somebody to take that. Got to take close family, I don't have any. Got to take close friends, I don't have any. But let's see what happens. I'm going into hospital the 22nd, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm getting the big open operation the 25th. And then I'm going to stay there for at least 5 days afterwards, if there's no complications whatsoever. If there's complications, I have to stay until I'm ready to go home. And there's very, very big chances for complications. Kidney failure, well, death of course, but hopefully that won't happen. But other than that, there's so much. Blood clot in the legs is a big thing, 25% or whatever it was. 25% chance for kidney failure during the recovery and whatever. Blood clot is very big, so I have to get this medication and so forever, to prevent that, and go walks all the time forever. These things. So if I survive the operation, then, but of course my life has changed then 100% forever. If I'm alive, then it'll be fine. But that's just one. I'm happy today. I've been so down. I still am really down, but I'm happy today. I'm very happy today. I got a message on Facebook from Linda, my friends in secrecy. As I said, I have friends all over the world, mainly US, well in Brazil, and tons of people in UK, and some in Sweden, a lot of people in the US, not so many in Denmark. I have a few, but not so many. And the bears, NAB, BBC, and which I've been following since the beginning, basically, was that 4 years now? I know a lot of people in that, and they're the best people in the world, to be honest. They are really the best people in the world. Unselfish, friendly, always having a laugh, always doing something good for other people. We have been collecting money for everything during the years, millions upon millions. We're building the Hope Center after our little. But, I've been looking at my economy, to see if it was possible to get a notebook and on internet for the hospital and so I could stay in connection. Well, as people know, I'm retired. It's not exactly the big money I have, but I thought, to break my rules, I had this problem once. I went bankrupt because of debts after I was sick, and I went to court. They took everything away. I didn't have anything. I had a chair and a table and whatever. When I got retired, I was sitting in this house here with nothing, because all my stuff was basically taken away from me, all my money, everything, because I was bankrupt of studio loans I had, and I lost my flat because I went down mentally because of too hard work. I simply worked 24/7 for years, and at the end it simply broke me. Not only because of the work, yes, work related. There was some things that it was like working against the wall, basically, and there was some very bad things happened at work, and I'm not allowed to talk about that, basically. But and I left and will never and lost everything. I then got, but I never came back again. I never can. It was, and then 6 years later, I then got early retirement. I could get early retirement at the time as a government official, the one to give that to me as a kind of bribe for keeping my mouth shut about what was going on. But I didn't want to take it. But then 6 years later, or 7 years later, I then took the normal one, which was a third of the money. But then I didn't feel bad by taking it. I would have felt bad to take the big government pension, because I knew it was a bribe from the politicians for keeping my mouth shut, basically. But there's another thing. I got principles, even though it's cost me a lot. But I've been standing all my life. I've been fighting. And I'm fighting again now. But that's another thing. I'm swerving off again. No, what happened today was I was looking through and I thought, well, since I went down, I haven't borrowed one dime because I didn't want to be in debt anymore. But I went on CDON and had a look. I got a sale and I could get Toshiba for 4,200 or so. All in all, with the case and everything else, it would be around 4,600, I think. It would be okay. It wouldn't be the best, but it would be okay. Now in Denmark, of course, it's very expensive. Everything is so much tax on it that the same thing would cost a half price in everywhere else in the world. But in Denmark, the price is high. Now, I looked online because I'm buying it on CDON.com, which is based in Sweden, sold from Denmark, Danish warranty, but the prices are 2,000 cheaper than in Denmark. So I want to buy that. It's not very good for games, so the graphic card is not that super. But it was a very good one. Problem was, I had to then pay it in terms, in debts again, and that is I could do, and that was basically the only thing I was forced to do. I had 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, if I took everything together. But I need medication and stuff next week and so 3,000, 3,500 tops. And for that I could get a cheap one, but then I could take the little one I got, which is basically useless for things like that. And I needed at least that one just to get it. And then today sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. My friends, friends are amazing. They're simply amazing. Linda wrote me from the US. In secrecy, they made collecting money from people. So they are sending me, I think it was 3,300 Danish. More coming in, she said. So I went on CDON and ordered not the cheap one, but the number bigger, the one that works basically, the one that have a graphic card in it, so I can show movies and other stuff in good quality on it while in hospital. That one I ordered. That will cost me 6,200. But with those money and the 3,500 I had myself, that works. It was 200 over or so. And then I went on UC, my provider, and ordered broadband, mobile broadband. The connection in the hospital is, if you look at the UC, the cards, one is 15 megabit, that is not. Two is around 10 megabit, not. Then inside the building, the hospital is on the map, you can see the hospital on the map. And that is then the second lowest one. The lowest one is 1 megabit, the second lowest one is 3 megabit. Although the tower is standing just next to the hospital, but because of the hospital walls and so, it's 3 megabit. But 3 megabit download and 300k upload only. So, but it's possible. It should be possible to work because it works like a mobile phone. It's a mobile phone card basically you put in, and your phone, you use your laptop as a mobile phone. And I know mobile phones works in there, so it should work. So I ordered that. It will be delivered in 5 days. I got to pick it up in the city then, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to my doctor. I needed medication and stuff. But they got holidays. There's school holidays in Denmark this week, winter holidays. So he'll be back next week, and then I can order a medication I need. You've got to take your own medication. I got medication they don't have at the hospital, but they're not allowed to give it to me. So I have to bring all my own medication. So I have to fill up. I only got for 20 days back left anyway. I still get medication there. I bring my own medication. They give me something else. They don't take mine, except for the pills I get. I get my own. But other than that, they just have the medication there. But I got a bunch. I got 10 different things I have to take, which then get in the bag, and then they give me my medication. So, but so then we just hope. I'm going there Friday morning. Then I have to stay there Friday, Saturday, Sunday to be acclimatized, whatever, for to get ready for the operation. It takes 3 days, obviously. It's a long time. And then Monday, I'm then the 25th. I'm then going to be operated on, and then we can only hope. Well, it's a long operation. It's a big one, very big. They're going to cut me off basically from. It's a bit, just under the heart. This thing sits here, and it's a long plastic tube like this, which they're going to open it up all the way down. So from here and all the way down to the bottom, basically. And they're going to open up and then go into the big main material that goes from the heart and down to the legs and into the kidneys. That one they're going to open up, put in this plastic tube inside. And then there's 4 plastic things on it, or 2, which are connecting to the kidneys and connecting to the legs, the blood in the legs. So the whole thing is then, I'm going to be so bionic man with the plastic thing going from here inside and all the way down to from here and all the way down to my legs, basically, and out into legs and to the kidneys and of course there's a lot of dangers there with the kidneys and with the legs, blood clots, and the whole thing, of course, is fucking dangerous. They make 60 of these a year, so hopefully they're good at it. I hope. I feel a little bit better today, to be honest, now. After this, I don't know. I feel I'll be back to my really mental down in a couple of hours, but this sort of was, a light in the dark. Just, that I'll be able to at least have my friends around me, not sitting around, so to speak, but they'll be there on a screen, close by, 1 touch away. That's good. That's really, really, really good to feel that. Now I need somebody else. That is the problem. I still need somebody to go with me Monday to the hospital. I don't know who. I still haven't found him. So I need somebody for that, and then hopefully also somebody that just can come around, or take the phone or whatever, when I get home, to see if I'm lying dead or need help, whatever. But the most important thing is to go with me the 18th to the meeting at the hospital. There's the doctors and the nurse and everybody else who's going to tell about the risk about the operation and recovery and whatever. And for that you need to take your family. I don't have any close by. My brother's in Copenhagen, can't. My mother is mid-80s and deaf and can't either. You've got to bring, if not family, your closest friends. I don't have any closest friends. My friends are online. I've got a few, acquaintances, but close friends, most of mine, I don't have any really close friends I could take as well. Not even friends, but maybe, I don't know. I still have a few days to find out if there's somebody that can come. We'll wait and see. There's a couple of phone calls, a couple of friends I'll try to contact to see if it's possible. And it would be nice if at least there was somebody that knows me, that lives close by, so to speak, at least, and who has a car. I have friends that I would out in doubt if I lived in the city. They would come around in 5 seconds. Problem is, I don't live in the city. I live, way out in the countryside. And to get out here, people basically need a car. And we got winter with snow and icy roads and whatever shit. And people say, oh, I'll come and visit. They said that last years, I haven't had anybody visit for more than 1.5 years. No, we say they are, but they're not, because it's so, they don't have a car and it's impossible to get out here. And then, and of course, we still stay online, so whatever. But in this case, I do need somebody. It's terrible. I've never needed anybody in my whole life. Being dependent, that is, on anybody in my whole life. I never wanted to be. And now I have to be, in a way. And that is not a funny thing to be. Well, I don't mean at the hospital. They're competent people and so dependent on that they can do their work good. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, afterwards. Not dependent upon, but somebody, I don't know. But I'm flabbergasted, to be honest. I really am. I'm really amazed. I love all my friends together. I'm really amazed. I'm totally, don't know what to say. But at least now, I can be in charge from hospital, which is good. It'll be delivered in maybe 5 days or so. Monday, Tuesday, I can pick it up in a hospital, in the city. It's not going to go to my door. They're sending it now because of new mail. We don't get parcels anymore delivered. We're going to pick them up in the city. But I'm going to the city for medication and so anyways. So then I can pick it up maybe Tuesday. And then I have 3 or 4 days to make the whole thing ready for the hospital. Broadcast cameras, to make everything work, get the drivers and install the programs and so forth. Move all my links, my Ustream, so I can follow the bears. Although I must say, I probably can't. That is sad, because it's streaming, and that is the worst thing. I read this thing, support that is, streaming the bears. So that would be nice, have the bears standing there. Problem is, that cost basically my 5 gigabytes a day, almost, I would say. So I'll go have a look once in a while, but unfortunately I can't. I've been on 23 minutes now. This would be basically more or less probably 1 gigabyte so far I've used. Let's see what the quota. Yeah. I'm trying to find out how this works. It's around 1 gigabyte I've used so far. I've only been online for 2 hours. I haven't even been on Facebook. I've just been surfing and broadcasting for half an hour. So it will not be a half-hour broadcast I'll have to do afterwards. I might make one after the operation if I'm like, hooray, I'm still here. If I can. I probably got, full of fucking things all over the place. But hopefully I'll be able just to make a small one like this and then save it. And then put it on YouTube, hopefully. That one at least. The rest I'll save on this one. I'll put the link on Facebook so people can go in and watch the videos there. The videos will be saved down here underneath, so people can watch them. And now I need to get my clothes on. I got my warm clothes because we don't have that cold today. It's only -1°C outside. But I need to make my walks every day. I stopped smoking now Saturday 3 weeks ago. So that's okay. And I don't have to make my walks every day. So I got a better, because my immune system is down, and still is, after the operations I had a couple of years ago. And I still lose weight. It's stupid. I still do. I'm down to 70 kilos, or 71 kilos, 70. And I don't know why I still lose weight. But my immune system is down, basically. Not totally down, but I don't get sick all the time. But it's for operation, it's not good. My lungs, of course, is bad. But now after I got this. I was in the lung clinic last week in the hospital, and they checked my lungs and everything else. I got this medication to rebuild my lungs. It had rebuilt a lot, from 35 to 40%. So it's going upwards, but not enough. So I got this one here instead. Which is one of these thingies. I'm going to use that one. That's one of them. And then the one I used before, which is the Turbohaler, that one I'm going to double up of. That is rebuilding the lungs with steroids and stuff. That one I'm going to double up on as well. So I'm double up on that one as well. It helps, to be honest. I hope. But it does help. It helps so much that I can't sleep because I get oxygen in, and for some reason I can't sleep then. And then I fall asleep suddenly. It's simply I'm sitting in my chair and suddenly bang, I'm gone. And then I'm gone for 4 or 5 hours. We're watching, the carnival from Rio. I fell asleep three of the days. I fell asleep and missed 3 hours each time. I was simply sitting, watching, and suddenly I was gone. I simply fell asleep and woke up 3 hours later. Which is shit, but one time I only slept 2 hours. It's simply, and when I go to sleep and try to sleep, I did that yesterday. I wanted to have, I only got 3 hours, so I wanted to have more. I was lying for 2 hours and couldn't sleep, and then I slept for 1 hour, and then I was awake. Today I put my clock on. It should be ringing in around 10 minutes. Then I got 6 hours. I got 3 hours of sleep, then I was awake and fresh and everything. This medication keeps me awake, and then suddenly, bang, I'm gone. Simply from second to second, I'm just gone. The body simply says, bing, now you need sleep, and there's nothing I can do. I can't even get to my bed. I should be sitting in the chair, and then bang, I'm gone. And this chair is not good to sleep in, I promise. I got it. But it's crazy. But And then I got 5 different pills I got to take. Got 2 different painkillers, and some for the one thing, and some for the blood, and some for not to have cramps. And I have cramps. The last in bed I woke up now with cramps. I did the same thing yesterday. Again with cramps in my feet and my legs. It's fuck. I don't like that. I haven't had that for a long time, and suddenly I start to get it again. My guess is it's all the walking I'm doing. And I don't lie, I think it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Say it that way. Because, but who knows? I get medication before I go to bed so I don't have cramps during the night. But it doesn't work because I took it before I went to bed and I still have cramps. Not as bad as the old days. In the old days, I have a mild form of epilepsy after I had a motorcycle accident many years ago. But for some reason, so far it's only been my feet, my legs, up to over my knees, basically, that part, cramps. Then sometimes if it's really bad, I can't walk. I have to tie the whole thing up with, so the leg is stiff. Then I can jump on it, but not jump, but at least get to a chair or something. Lying down doesn't help, then it just continues. I have to walk it off, basically. And that's strange, that's difficult when the muscles, because the muscles get totally stiff. It's like a board, totally stiff. And then you have to walk with these totally stiff legs and feet to try to get it loosened up so much. It hurts like fuck for hours and hours and hours. And you can't go anywhere or anything. But fortunately, it's only been in my feet the last 2 days. And it hasn't been bad. It's been light. Very, very light. It hasn't been really, sometimes it goes really bad. And then my toes, it's very strange. My toes does this. See, it turns up. So the toes sticks upwards. And I have to have shoes on. I got some old Adidas I use in bed. Because my toes can't get up then. It's crazy. But sometimes I have to do that. And then my legs are bound up. So I got all my legs in bandages, elastic bandages, and my feet in shoes when I go sometimes to try to fall asleep again. And it works for some strange reason. It's stupid. And they look strange in hospital when I have it. But it has something to do with my balance of fluids as well. I was learning in hospital. I have to drink at least, this is fruit thing, I have to drink at least 2 liters a day. That helps a bit, and it does, to be honest, if I keep this up. I haven't done that the last 2 days, and that is probably why. Usually I do this all the time, but the last 2 days I've been a bit, I've been down, and I haven't really, I haven't been drinking any coffee, I haven't really been drinking anything, I've been miserable. And that then obviously goes directly into the feet then. So I have to keep it up and get my 2 liters a day. It doesn't always help, but mentally, if you think it helps, then it often does. So But that was it for now. So all my love to my bear friends in the US. I love you so much. It's unbelievable. You are unbelievable. We've done a lot of things during the years. Unbelievable things. We can be very proud of each other. We have done unbelievable things together. And this time you have been unbelievable to me. And I don't know what to say. Other than so far, I was so mentally down. I said, well, what is the purpose? To stay on? Well, I thought the best thing would probably be if I died in bed before the operation, or if I died during the operation, then it would be, well, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care. That would be easier to me than anybody else. Now I care a bit more. Now I would like that everything goes well. But who knows? I still have on my list to come to the picnic. It might be more difficult now, but I know that with a lot of training and stuff and walking, and who knows, I might, if everything works and there's no complications, who knows what happens in the future. That is on my list, up there at the very top, next to a visit to Brazil as well. I want to go and visit Val in Brazil. And his dogs, and see Sao Paulo at the carnival one year. And I want to go to the picnic. I want to go see the bears, meet all my friends. But now I gotta get over this. Then I gotta get my strength back. And hopefully it'll go better this time after the cancer. Hopefully I'll get more strength back this time. I can only hope. And then let's see what happens in a couple of years. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Maybe I'll be able to go. I'll do my best. But for now, I love you all. I will stay in touch on Facebook. And that's right. Ciao for now.